Blaize, welcome to the Underground Society podcast.
What's up, man? I'm mainly stuck here because the food's so good.
Damn. Well, I'm excited to talk to you today because I know you're involved in a lot of different aspects of the music industry. You're not just an artist. You also have mentorship. You also run a label. What has been like the hardest part of the Blaize project for you?
Man, I don't even know. Probably when I was freaking sleeping on my homie's couch.
Holy shit.
Straight up, bro. Like, this right here is kind of sucky. This part right here is boring. This is too long. Change this. Yeah, it was pretty insane. It's not that easy, you know? It's kind of hard to do what you like and make money from it. You really got to put your all into it.
Where'd you go to school for music?
I went to the Art Institute. Don't do it.
Why not?
Because like I said, don't do it.
But why not?
I went there and oh my God, I was literally teaching the teachers.
What the heck?
I figured all this stuff out by myself. Dude, I made a song in 2 hours the other day. Full
Yeah.
song. It was so easy and it's fire too.
What would you say the most common factor of people needing to fix?
I don't think there's a point even trying. Like, y'all gonna have to pick up the pace. Going full speed ahead now.
Blaize, welcome to the Underground Society podcast. How are you today?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. How are
Fantastic. Good, really good. We have sun today. We've had rain the last couple of days here in California, so it's a nice sunny day today.
you? Same here. Same here in San Antonio.
I've actually been to San Antonio, been to the Riverwalk and all that. San Antonio is super nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place. I like it. I'm mainly stuck here because the food's so good.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I've noticed even like the portion sizes are a little bigger. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you today because I know you're involved in a lot of different aspects of the music industry. You're not just an artist. You actually have 2 artist projects, but then you also have mentorship. You also run a label, and a lot of people might not know that about you unless they're like diehard fans of you. Can you just give me a little like summary of like all the different things that you're involved with?
So my main project is obviously Blaize.
Mhm.
I just make like heavy music. And then my side project that I started a couple years ago is Blaize. It's basically just like house music, kind of leaning more towards tech house now. I got Maxed Out Records, which is basically my label that I've been running for a few years. We recently just started it back up.
Sweet.
What else is there? Oh, I've been throwing shows with a couple partners, Shine and Unrelated, and my homie Brendan.
Just in the Texas area, or are you guys?
We recently started branching out into different cities, but as of right now, it's mostly San Antonio.
Nice. How many years have you been like actually active in music?
Well, producing probably like 11 years.
Oh shit, nice.
And then like active in music, I don't even know. Probably closer to 20 years.
Damn. Where did you kind of start? Where did your journey kind of start before production? How did you get involved initially?
Me and my brothers and my dad, I can't remember who else with us, but we were real little. And we went to this garage sale. We were just stopping by. I think we were picking up my grandma or something. And this guy was selling a guitar for $1. And I wanted it, but I was a little kid. I didn't have no money. So my brother, he's like, I have $1. So he gives me his $1 and I go buy it. And since then, I just started learning how to play like everything, basically.
Oh, that's cool. So you actually have, you know how to play instruments and stuff. A lot of people, at least in the dubstep game, they're like, I know how to play on my computer or work in a DAW, but don't really know how to play instruments.
I was in band from 6th grade all the way up until 12th grade. I was that brand nerd.
Nice.
But, dude, yeah, I've been playing music forever.
That's crazy.
My whole life.
How old are you now?
I'm about to be 30 tomorrow.
Damn, happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Have you always produced under like the Blaize alias once you kind of found dubstep and started going that direction?
It's always been, Blaize is actually my middle name, so that's kind of just been stuck with me.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. When did you said just the last couple of years, the Blaize project, the house project kind of started? What was the reasoning for you kind of wanting to shift gears and start making something else?
Well, when I first started, I was making hip hop beats, and then shortly after that, I got into like big room and kind of like deep house. And then after that, I got into trap and then dubstep. And then dubstep started taking off for me. So I kind of just like shifted my whole Blaize project to dubstep. And then I wanted to still make house because I really like house is my favorite. So I was just like, dude, I'm just going to make a new project. That's the only thing, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I've got tons of house songs, man. Like I could play a whole house set if I wanted to with just my music.
It's crazy that you started there and then it's not what actually took off for you, but Are you able to at least leverage like the popularity or the notoriety of Blaize to kind of push the Blaize?
Yeah, I've been trying to, but it's not working as good as I thought it would.
Well, I think the hurdle I would imagine would be like a lot of the people who love like your heavier shit. Not
Yeah.
everyone who likes dubstep likes house. So
Yeah, and it's totally
yeah,
different. It's like
yeah,
super heavy dubstep and then just like
tech
late
house.
night freaking tech house.
Yeah. What would you say that like has been like the hardest part, I guess, for starting that new, just making it grow?
Probably just having time for it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's probably the hardest thing because a lot of my time's been taken up by my Blaize project.
yeah.
And like the shows I get, it's just always Blaize shows. But I mean, every time the promoter picks me up these recent shows, I'm like, yo, after party, Blaize, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
So
Always
I'm
trying to
trying
sneak
to,
it in there.
yeah, doing what I can. But I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I'm just trying to find more time for it.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that you mentioned your birthday party. I actually just saw your flyer for the Texas show that you guys are doing, the back to back to back to back thing that
Yeah.
you guys are doing tomorrow. Is that the from the event that you help throw events through?
Yeah, so that's gonna be me, Shine, and Unrelated, and then I got
Okay.
my homie. He runs what was it, Off the Record or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So we're all just kind of teaming up and throwing a little birthday party for me. Well, kind of
Nice.
like a bigger birthday party, I
I
guess.
saw that Blase was on that
Hmm.
lineup too. That's cool.
Yep, throwing it in
And then
there.
also, I know you have a tour coming up. Have you already started that, or is that
Yeah, I started like what 2 weeks ago.
okay?
Kind
Cool.
of just
Yeah,
going on weekends,
yeah. Well, what or is it flying or bus tour, or you're
flying.
just
We
flying out?
just
Yeah, flying out to
flying
shows.
over there, play a couple shows, fly back home for the
Yeah,
week, and then same keep going.
yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Maxed Out Records. When did you kind of start like that, and when like what kind of was like your purpose behind starting it? Since there's competition with other record labels and stuff. What was kind of your reasoning for starting one yourself?
So whenever I first kind of got into EDM, my friend Nate, I met him at a show. He was booked at the same show as I was in Victoria, Texas.
Hmm.
And anyways, he liked how I played, so he invited me to come play this show called The Warehouse. And little did I know, his team was called Maxed Out. So, I mean, long story short, we got to know each other, and I started helping him throw shows. And
Nice.
eventually, we were like, what can we do to take it to the next level? So I was like, why don't you just start a label?
Hmm.
We'll be worldwide after that.
Yeah.
So we did, and then shortly after that, we just got so busy doing my Blaize stuff and all that, I just kind of just stopped doing it. But then recently, I started back up. Got a
Hmm.
team together that's gonna help me do it successfully. Shout out Jimmy, Kevin, Nate, and yeah, man, we're just going full speed ahead now.
Wait, who are some of the notable artists that you guys have released music with?
We've put out when we first started, we put out Perry Wayne.
Oh, sick.
Who else is Bainbridge, High Zombie. I can't remember. That's just off the top of my
Oh, yeah,
head,
those are
but
all very notable
yeah.
names. I've interviewed Bainbridge a while back.
And
I love
then
Bainbridge.
we just we just did I just did a compilation with Velmax. We put together a
Oh
23 track
yeah.
compilation, yeah, to kind of just like jumpstart Max out again.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Is Felmax going to be working with you for more projects in the future with Maxed Out?
I don't know about Maxed Out. It's up to him if he wants to or not, but
Got it.
we for sure have more collabs coming.
Sweet. Yeah, Felmax is a really cool guy. Very incredible producer too.
Yeah, he's
I know
crazy.
you guys did the an EP. Where'd you guys release that?
A Root Service.
Yeah, Root Service. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was really good. But it's back to the label stuff. How did you kind of differentiate yourself from the rest of the labels that were out there? What's kind of your mission? How do you set yourself apart?
I kind of always been like a person who liked to help people.
Okay.
So like I realize a lot of these labels, they're kind of just trying to get people who already have a lot of following to
Hmm.
kind of like boost their label, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's the smart thing to do if you're trying to make a lot of money, I guess. But honestly, we're just like, if your music's fire, we'll put it out. I just want to have a platform that I can help my students and my mentorship, and of course, anybody else who's small and can't really get onto those huge labels yet.
Right. Right. Yeah, I know your label. There's a couple others like M&G and like Subsidia actually. They're a bigger label, but they do
Yeah,
a decent
Subsidia's
job at
been
that. Yeah.
doing good.
Yeah. Do you want to keep it small, or what's kind of your long
I
term
mean,
goal with that?
I guess when the popularity rises a little bit more, we can
Yeah.
kind of aim for bigger artists to drop solos or whatever.
Right.
Right
Right.
now, we're trying to just do a bunch of compilations to kind of get the name out,
Okay.
and then we'll do the occasional single of like a bigger artist.
Hmm.
We just put one out yesterday of homies that I just did a collab with, Protocol.
Okay.
It
Yeah. Oh,
was
I
their
love their
collab
music.
with
Yeah.
yeah, it was their
Yeah.
collab with Complaint. Anyways, I'm
Sick.
trying to kind of like boost their name a little bit before we put our track out at the end of the month. So we gave him a single.
Protocol. I just heard one of his songs. Flu, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that was
He made that.
crazy.
Yeah. That's
Wait until you hear the Walrus. It's about to drop at the
sick.
end of the month, dude. It's
Hell yeah.
crazy.
Is the pre-save out yet?
Nah, man, I
No.
haven't been doing pre-saves, honestly.
Why not?
I don't
No.
think they help that much, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. You got to get a whole lot of pre-saves for it to even matter. So if you're only pulling in like less than 100, you know, like I don't think there's a point in even trying.
I guess unless most people, I guess, probably opt out of it, but and it would be a like good thing to do pre-saves to like collect emails for like emails, newsletter or something like that,
Yeah.
just so you have contact information. But yeah, other than that, it wouldn't really do anything to like boost the algorithm, I guess.
Yeah, the way I've been collecting emails is through the download gates, man. I've collected like
Uh,
18,000 emails over my
yeah, yeah,
years.
yeah. Yeah, because if people want your music and stuff and they want to play it in their sets, then they'll give you their email for your
Yep.
track. That's smart. What have been some of your biggest challenges that you've had to face, like as far as like running the label?
Having everyone reply on time and
Yeah,
getting things done in a timely manner, because it's like it's hard reaching out to everyone all the time, you know?
yeah.
That's kind of why I hired Jimmy too. He's been helping a lot with that, and we've been really making more progress.
What's your like main role versus like everyone else's?
My main role is basically find songs for it, approve the songs.
Okay.
Um, I'm like the dude who's gonna tell everybody what to do, I guess.
Yeah.
um,
Boss man.
yeah, but Jimmy he runs the email. He
Okay.
CCs me in every email, so I'll reply here and there. He also helps with finding music.
Mhm.
Um, Kevin, my manager, he is the guy who runs a lot of the distribution for us.
Got it.
And then Nate is the owner of Maxed Out. So he puts up some of the money. He's like the vision kind of hits like his vision, and I'm kind of
Mhm.
my vision too, but we're kind of like putting it together and
Right.
going from there.
It sounds like you're primarily in charge of like the creative, like approving
Yeah.
of the music and stuff like that. How much of that does he share with you?
Well, we all kind of just come to an agreement on it,
Okay.
but
Just have meetings about it. And
if there's something that I'm just like, nah, man, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it's just, it won't happen.
That's funny. Where did the maxed out name kind of come from?
Just like going to your maximum capacity, doing the best that you can.
Very cool. What are some of your, I guess, like long-term goals with it? Like where do you want to see it go in like the next like 10, 15 years?
We're working on some stuff. It's going to open up the doors for a lot of more producers to hop on board, and they're going to be able to probably showcase their talent a little better.
Yeah.
It's going to be in San Antonio, but move to San Antonio if you want to be famous. No, I'm just joking. Nah, we're trying to build the scene up as big as possible over here.
Yeah. How is the scene over there?
Dude, honestly, it was pretty decent a while back, but then the main people who were throwing shows stopped throwing shows. So it kind of like went downhill. But since I've been throwing shows like once a month, people have been trying to throw more shows in San Antonio. Like,
Yeah, it's
they've been
weird how like
seeing-
one person does it and then like all of a
Yeah.
sudden competition starts.
But it's not really like a whole lot of competition, you know? Like
Yeah.
we all know each other, and we kind of just like tell each other our dates, so we don't try to throw anything on the same day as the others.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you're
kinda
not
work
taking
together a little bit.
business away from the other person or whatever. And keep
Well,
it less of a
before
competition.
it was me throwing the chop offs by myself, and then Unrelated doing their own thing, Shine doing their own thing, and then I threw one show and I involved everybody who I could. There was like, I don't know, 5 promo companies, and I was like, look, let's all work together and we'll just split the profit. Come on.
Yeah,
And then
so
they're
it's
like, okay.
probably easier to sell out too.
Yeah, so it was popping.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
real
yeah.
popping. And anyways, me, Unrelated, and Shine, and my friend Brendan, after that, we were just like, dude, that's the move, bro. Let's do it like this.
Yeah, that's sick. That's super smart. I know just in our local, we've been having some issues in my local area with people not paying people or not being like fair promoters or whatever it may
Yeah.
be. And I was like, man, I wish we could just like all just like everyone could be on the same page. There would be less competition. Like we could actually just help each other. And that's awesome that
Hmm.
you've been able to do that within your local scene. With the I want to talk about the chop off stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is? Because I know that's something that you kind of started.
So like years and years ago, whenever Maxed Out was still throwing shows,
Hmm.
I threw my very first chop off, and I think I booked AG.
Okay.
You know AG?
Yeah.
Um, and then we had like all these other rhythm players throughout Texas and surrounding states. They pulled up, and at first it was a tournament, so it was this guy versus this guy. You chop for 15 minutes or double drop, whatever the hell you're gonna
Uh-huh.
do, and the crowd decides who did the best, and you get to rank up on the tournament thing.
That's a cool idea for an
And
event.
we did that for about 3 shows, and it was just too much stop and go for me. You know,
Yeah.
I felt like the people just wanted to just vibe out there and stop. So I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it the whole rhythm thing, and we'll just straight up, y'all do y'all's thing. We'll get some of the
Play the shows,
best
yeah.
people, and we'll put the shows on. So I feel like since then they've been kind of well. We honestly we've been booking some pretty huge names, so
Hmm.
that might be one of the reasons why. But since then, since we've started throwing like it's making it like a regular show, it's been doing really good.
You have one coming up, or you just had one happen?
We just had one. Well, we got another one coming up. We haven't
Okay.
announced yet, but we just had one. It was damn. Who did we book? Oh, too many shows. Hold on. Oh, we had Sisto and Cod Dubs. I think that was before that though.
It's just from my area.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm from SF.
Yeah, we've booked a lot. We've booked Shivers with USAB Flow.
Dude, that's a
Um,
you say B flow freaking popped off out of
yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Holy shit.
We're bringing him again. We're bringing him with Zuba.
Oh, sick. Very cool. I was gonna move on to your Blaize project. What has been like, I guess, one of your biggest hurdles as far as like building the Blaize project, gaining traction with that? Obviously, you said you leaned into more into that once it started gaining traction over your other music. But once you started to grow and stuff, you've gone all the way to playing Lost Lands and whatnot. What has been like the hardest part of the Blaize project for you?
Probably trying to keep up with making money. That's
Yeah,
probably the hardest part, you know?
yeah,
That's like the one that's the part that'll make or break you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I started a long time ago, and I've been living in some pretty shitty areas, you know what I mean? Just so I could kind of get by. But I mean, since things have been kind of picking up, I've been able to get a house and a lot more cool things. So kind of like paying off now.
Yeah, yeah.
I was kind of just doing straight up music, and
Right.
like I do like repost stuff, like promote people's music on
Hmm.
SoundCloud and stuff like that. So that really right there was like my main source of income. I wasn't making no
Interesting.
music,
Okay.
no money for music. But once I played Lost Lands, I kind of like shifted gears, and I
What was
started
the
the
first year? I know you
mentorship.
played last year. What
That
was
was the
your first
first
year?
one.
Oh, first one. Really? I thought you
Yeah,
played before that for some reason.
I was there. I hopped on
Okay.
stage with Freaky for a little bit, but first actual booking was last year,
And you
and
got a good booking too. Where you
I
were
closed
on
out main
Wampy.
stage, second
Oh,
main
you're on main
stage.
stage? Holy
Yes,
shit.
yeah, it was pretty insane.
Nice.
Since then, I kind of just wanted to like step up my game, so I started my mentorship. That's another source of income that's
Hmm.
coming in. And then after we just started throwing shows right before that. But I think that was whenever I said I'm throwing another chop off. Oh no, it was that first year, the one I didn't play. We saw Cod Dubs
Mm-hmm.
and we saw Al Ross back to back, and my friend Brendan was with me, and I'm like, we're booking them back to back. We're doing it, and that was our first show back.
That's sick. When did you realize that it was going to take the amount of time that it did? Because I know for me, like in the beginning, early days, I didn't really. I was like, oh, this is going to be, hopefully in the next year or two, it's only going to take a couple years, and then I could hopefully live off of this, the music stuff. And obviously, that's not most people's reality unless they blow up
Yeah,
on TikTok or something. But how long did it kind of take for you to realize, like, oh, this is going to be a little bit of a longer process than I originally thought?
I don't know, man. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was probably when I was freaking sleeping on my homie's couch, and I was like, all right, what the hell's going on here, you know? It's been a long time. I think that was probably about 5 years in or something like that. And it's not that easy, you know.
No.
It's kind of hard to do what you like and make money from it. You really got to put your all into it. You really got to be creative with how you're going to make money, you know?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't just be like, all right, let me make these songs and rake in the cash, you know? That's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really think about it, man.
How many years in were you able to actually make it the full-time thing?
Um, I've always been doing it full time with my SoundCloud reposts.
Got it. Okay, so once that happened,
pretty much full time. I've had a part time job this whole time at UPS to cover my like health insurance and stuff.
That's smart,
or
actually.
benefits and all that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I work like 8 hours a week, so it's not a big deal.
It's nothing.
But
that's smart that you got a job for like health insurance reasons. Because I know like I'm coming up on. Luckily, I'm 25, so I'm on my last year under my parents.
Yeah.
But as soon as I know in like 6 months, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I have to pay for health insurance. Like, damn it.
I was 24 and my dad called me and he's like, hey man, you might want to think about
you got
this.
a year.
So yeah, I got a job at UPS and I just been working there for about a little bit over 5 years.
Sweet. Well, do you have any plans of like ever like stopping that or actually being able to?
It's kind of like my backup. You know?
Yeah.
If the whole music thing don't work out or something, or I don't even know.
Some shifts.
You know, I'll go over there and drive some trucks for a while and make some good money.
In order to go full time, I mean, obviously we talked about like money and stuff, but what other factors played into like your decision of like really just chasing this whole music thing in general and like wanting to make that your career? Did you ever go to college or anything, or?
Actually, I went to college for oil and gas. Got a job, quit that job, and then I went to school for music.
Where'd you go to school for music?
I went to the Art Institute. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro. I went there and oh my God, I was literally teaching the teachers.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to test out and they wouldn't let me, so I just dropped out.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was not good. I knew everything they were teaching me because like I said, I was in band from 6th grade.
Right.
You know, I figured all this stuff out by myself. Like y'all gonna have to pick up the pace.
I know you do mentorship now and stuff. Do you ever run into that with people who you're mentoring, or people are like, I'm just trying to get some help on this, or is everyone kind of more inexperienced?
Well, there's at first when I opened up the mentorship, it was just for like kind of experienced artists that kind of just needed a little boost.
Right.
But once I got the hang of working with these guys and I was able to like control my time with them, I decided I wanted to open up another branch of the mentorship, which I'm going to be teaching like people who have no idea what they're doing, you know?
Right.
So Wednesdays I'm doing like just feedback for the artists who kind of know what they're doing. And then the others, if they want to jump in. And then Thursdays I'll do like production tutorials and stuff.
Right.
Where everybody just joins in, asks questions on Zoom, you know?
I know my roommate was looking at getting mentorship from you, and I know you think he was going to sign up when you were running some like promo thing for it. Yeah, I want to say you did that was right so much for like a year. Yeah. Where did that? First of all, even what was the details behind that?
For the deal?
Yeah.
It was like a 3-month thing, and I think you
3 months. Okay.
I think you save like some money or something like that.
Got it.
You probably save like $150 or something. It was kind of like a make some extra money at the end of the year type deal because I wanted to buy some presents from family and all that.
It seems like you, I mean, obviously you've been doing this for a while, but the business side, you've really figured out, and you have good revenue streams, and you know when to put things on sale, you know when to,
yeah.
You've really figured out the business stuff. Did the music school or anything that you went to school for, did that have anything to do with like you figuring out the business part, or you just gotta watch others?
Just figured it out.
Figured it on your own, yeah.
Nah, I mean, honestly, I don't see nobody doing this.
Yeah.
Like I figured out everything by myself. I've never taken a lesson. I've never.
Damn, really?
Nothing ever. Never in my whole life.
That's crazy. Do you have any interest in potentially doing that?
I kind of just always been a dude who likes to save money, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like to spend money like that, bro. So
Me too.
I kind of just figured it out by myself.
How many people do you mentor like currently? What's your
I want to say there's around 20 students total in there.
Is there like a max for you for taking on how many clients?
I kind of just been putting on one here and there. Okay. If it gets too much, I'll just stop right there, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not really too much, you know? They're not making songs every single day, you know? They're not sending me stuff every single day. So it's real easy to stay on top of things.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what are they, like, hour sessions or something? If you do one-on-ones, right?
I do if we need to, but
Okay,
we do group sessions Wednesdays and Thursdays.
got it. So that's your primary
And
focus is the group sessions.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah, I'd
Got
rather
it.
just do it like that because how I see it is when someone's asking a question, the other student may not know to ask that question. So when I answer
Yeah.
that question, they may be learning something that they did not even know they needed to learn. So I think it's better that way.
In your opinion, what would be the benefit for someone who, you know, who is seeking out mentorship? What would what should they look for?
Someone who's going to be honest with them
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Not
sure.
to say this is good.
Yeah, that's dope. Just to get over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Nah, I mean, I tell them straight up, bro. Like this right here is kind of sucky, bro. This part right here is boring.
Mhm.
This is too long. Change this every time, man. Like even if the song's perfect, I'm gonna over here like just restarting
Nitpicking the
it,
shit
like
out of it.
trying to
Yeah.
figure out something.
Yeah.
It can be better. It can always be better, dude. It takes me. I'll listen to my songs. I'll make one and I'll get it done. And I'll mix it down and I'll listen it to my car every single day for about a week,
Yeah.
probably like 3 or 4 times in a row.
What would you say the most common factor of people needing to fix that? Is it just different for everyone, or is there like a common theme for certain things that people normally need to work on?
I think the most common thing is not cutting the subs out of your sounds
Mm.
and not creating a new sub to drive your track. And the other thing is not cutting your tails on your sounds because everything's bleeding over
But yeah, right,
and it's
right.
making your mix sound messy. And then sidechain, always got a sidechain. And
Yeah,
sidechain your
yeah.
drums too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I've heard.
about it though. That's the main things right there for mixdown.
Yeah. What would you say that as a mentor you try and do differently than like other mentors or other people who
I'm
are trying to give lessons out?
I book them in San Antonio to come play. They
That's
want
true.
to play
Yeah.
shows,
Yeah. Give them a show opportunity. Yeah.
I teach them music. I put them on shows. And I mean, I'll link them with other people that are trying to do collabs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
say Felmax wants to do a collab with somebody and be like, "Yo, check this song out." It's one of my
That's what he was
students.
saying too. With his lessons, he's like, I try and like connect them with like other people who want to
Hmm.
potentially collab, or if they want to work with someone. He, like being able to do that for someone, I think is really cool because
Yeah,
if they're coming to you for a collab or whatever, and their music's good, but they don't have like the connections, and they have connections maybe through their mentor, I think that's a really valuable thing that mentors can do for their clients is connect them. And then
yeah.
do you ever run that? Do you ever run
That's
your mentorship students like, or do you have a plan to have them maybe release on your label, anything like that?
yeah. We've been
Okay.
already the first 23 songs that came out were all
Hmm.
my students and all Felmax students. We really do give our students the upper hand, and we get them first dibs on pretty much everything.
That's awesome. Where can people find out more information from you for mentorship, and if they're interested in getting involved?
They can just hit me up on wherever.
DM.
Yeah, DM.
Do you run like, do you do Patreon or anything like that, or is it just
I have one, but I kind of just don't really use it.
yeah?
I find Discord to be a lot easier to work with, and the way I have my payment set up on this other app, I like how I have it right here. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna leave it. I tried Patreon for a little bit though; it just wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, I've even tried to come up with stuff for the podcast. I know other podcasts out there use it, and I'm like, man, I don't even know like what I would put on Patreon. Like,
I know, right? I started it and I didn't even know what I was doing, so I just stopped it.
yeah. Awesome. Well, to kind of wrap up here, what were between all the different things that you do, what has been like your favorite thing? Between being an artist, your two different artist projects, you're running the label, mentorship. What has been like your favorite thing out of all of those things for you on like a daily basis?
Man, I don't even know, dude. The Blaize stuff is my favorite,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
It's just, I feel like there's like less pressure with the Blase stuff.
I made a song in 2 hours the other day, full
Yeah.
song. It was so easy, and it's fire too.
For you, is it easier to produce dubstep, or is it easier to produce house music?
House, 100%. Tech house is just a groove, so it's just bass. You got your drums and you got your percussions, and then I got like a 7 gig pack of old school vocals that I chop up and throw in here and there, and then just make
That's
some
cool.
sounds to throw in there for effects and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty simple.
That's awesome, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about on the interview today, or anything you want to get out there for the people who are listening?
I think we pretty much covered everything.
Well, where can listeners get in touch with you and stay up to date on your journey and things that you have coming up next?
I think Instagram is probably my favorite social media.
Sweet.
I post a lot on there.
Yeah, fuck everything else. Instagram's a place.
But I am on everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, kind of.
TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you typically post on TikTok?
Just whatever I post on Instagram.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, no,
Awesome,
I'm not a
man.
big fan of TikTok.
Yeah, me neither. I post and ghost. I post whatever I post on Instagram. If it gets me any more traction, cool. If not, I'm not really tripping about it.
Yeah. Same.
Awesome. Well, final question. I ask this at the end of every single interview. If there's one piece of advice you could give yourself when you first started producing, what would that be?
It's a journey. You got to really go through it to kind of make yourself, you know?
Yep. And everyone's stories and everyone's journey is different. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What would I tell myself? You know what? I would probably say you're good at dubstep and you're good at house. Do that.
Yeah, do that.
Very beginning.
Lean into what you're good at.
Yeah, maybe I'd be way better at it by the time I got to where I am now.
Well, awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time today. And hopefully I'll keep up with you and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, drop us one of these and subscribe to make sure you never miss out on any of our new episodes. If you want to find out more information about our guests, you can find all their information down in the description. Have a wonderful week.